In the Unresolved Problems segment tonight, the Clinton Foundation controversy with new pay-to-play allegations swirling. The Clintons are on the defensive, with Bill Clinton now outlining major changes to the foundation if Hillary is elected.
I made it clear that if she becomes president, we'll have to do more than we did when she was Secretary of State. We're going to transition all these responsibilities that would require foreign or corporate donations, which I won't accept, and I won't raise money for the foundation if she wins. And I'm happy to do the transition as quickly as we can. We've already found partners who want to take over some of this stuff. But we have to do it in a way that no one loses their job, no one loses their income, and no one loses their life. That's all I'm concerned about.
Meanwhile, there are more questions about a possible FBI investigation into the Clinton Foundation. I asked Clinton Cash author Peter Schweitzer about it on The Factor last night. Do you think the FBI is investigating currently, and do you think there should be a special prosecutor?
Well, I don't know the exact status of what the FBI is doing now. I will say that earlier this year, at their request, I sat down with two people from the Bureau to talk about some things related to the Clinton Foundation, specifically things that were in Clinton Cash. And there's no question in my mind, based on that conversation, that they had an advanced knowledge of the Clinton Foundation and some of these issues.
Joining us with reaction now from Washington, Tom Fitton, the president of Judicial Watch and author of the upcoming book, Clean House, Exposing Our Government's Secrets and Lies. And from Miami, Julian Epstein, a Democratic strategist. Now, Julian, you heard former President Clinton saying, if Hillary wins, we're going to make some major changes to the foundation. Why not now?
Because she's not in a position of official capacity right now. If she becomes an elected official, namely President of the United States, then you have a potential for a conflict of interest.
Wait, and it's not a conflict now, Julian? You don't think any of the stuff that's been going on is a
She's not a public official right now.
Well, she was.
She's not a public official.
From 2009 to 2013, she was a public official and doing business with both the Clinton Foundation and for the state.
And during that time, there were very clear rules that were laid out. There was a negotiation between the State Department and the Obama White House in terms of exactly what ethical rules would govern that conduct. And nobody, including this AP story that I know you want to get to about these 80 meetings, nobody, not Tom, not anybody else has said.
I don't want to get to those. You know what? I want to take issue with what you just said.
No evidence.
The Obama administration recommended that Hillary Clinton set up an advisory board. Guess who headed up the advisory board about all the things that she should or should not be able to do? Guess who headed that up? Hillary Clinton headed that one up. Tom Fitton, Judicial.
There was a specific agreement between the State Department and the Obama administration about how to conduct business.
Set up a commission and head it yourself.
And none of the ethical rules, none of the State Department ethical rules on any matter relating to the Clinton Foundation was violated. Nobody has shown any evidence whatsoever, Eric, that any donation to the Clinton Foundation was conditioned on access to meeting with
who may have
Hillary
uncovered
Clinton.
some of that exact evidence. Tom Fitton, go ahead. Judicial Watch. What have you found?
I don't understand what Julian's saying. There's plenty of evidence showing misconduct. Mrs. Clinton promised there'd be a bright line between the foundation and the State Department. Donors to the foundation were able to get special consideration at the State Department from former officials at the foundation working for Hillary, her two top aides, Cheryl Mills and Yuma Abedin, who shouldn't have been involved in foundation business either, at least for the first 2 years. And then secondly, you've got the foundation promising specifically to not engage in activity that even created the appearance of a conflict of interest. And contrary to partisan talking points being put out by our other guest here, you have the Boston Globe responding negatively to this, calling on the foundation to be shut down. You've got front page stories in media outlets across the country that aren't terribly friendly to Judicial Watch or the conservative way of looking at things. And you've got the Clintons themselves running away from the foundation in response to these revelations to try to tamp out the fire. Yet it does not go as far as they'd like you to think it goes, because Chelsea Clinton is going to continue to be on the board of the foundation. She hasn't promised to stop fundraising. They're continuing to be able to take money from foreign corporations and foreign governments right now as this person is running for the presidency. If Julian thinks that's appropriate, then he's probably the only person in America who thinks it's appropriate for a sitting candidate for president to take money from foreign nationals. You think it's okay for the Russians to give Hillary Clinton money right now?
Tom, if you stop the filibuster.
Do you think it's okay, Julian?
Tom, let him answer.
Yeah, I think so. Foreign entities give to the Bush Foundation, to the Carter Foundation, all kinds of foundations.
Are they running for president?
The problem with what Tom just said, Tom just said in his 45 seconds that were uninterrupted, is that he made a lot of general statements and he failed to make any specific statement that would be tied to an ethical rule that showed there was a violation. His biggest, latest new thing, again, which is a big nothing burger, is this allegation that Clinton Foundation donators, people that donated to the foundation, got special access to Hillary Clinton. There is no evidence whatsoever that the giving of the donation was tied to a meeting. There's nothing that should be unexpected about people that are interested in the Clinton Foundation also being interested in important matters affecting international affairs that may have legitimate interest before the Department of State. And these donors represented 5% of the total meetings, at least according to the AP report. 5% of the total universe of meetings that the secretary had while she was Secretary of State.
Again, when you add in all the official business, when you take out the official business, Julianne, it's over 50% of the non-State Department business. 50% of the people who met with Hillary Clinton ended up becoming donors. Tom, let me ask you this.
And I think that number's wrong. And that number's wrong. That number's got to be wrong.
Well, it's the AP. Then have probably the least partisan news organization.
Well, let me tell you why it's wrong.
You're saying they're playing partisan politics in favor of the
because what AP is saying, Eric, is that Secretary Clinton had 154 meetings during a period of 4 years from 2009 to 2012 with non-governmental officials. Yeah. That's insane. She probably had that many meetings in a month if you include the journalists she met with, civil society officials she met with.
Julianne, hold on. Julianne, now you're filibustering. Let me give Tom the last word here. Now, Tom, you have some Judicial Watch. You have some news that may be coming out soon?
Well, we may be getting emails as soon as September 13th on Benghazi, and the new emails that Mrs. Clinton unsuccessfully evidently tried to delete but were recovered by the FBI. So there may be new emails coming out about Benghazi and Ms. Abedin's special government employee status, where she worked for the State Department and the Clinton Foundation at the same time, which I guess our other guest has no problem with her doing that. And those new emails may be coming out as soon as September 13th. Right. Another group at September 30th. So new Benghazi emails and conflict of interest emails next month.
All right, we're going to leave right there. Julian, I got to go, my man. I got to go. Running up against heartbreak, I need to leave it right here. A quick footnote. If you'd like to hear more about the Clinton email issues, Mr. Fitton is featured on the Contributing Factor podcast, which you can find on BillO'Reilly.com and iTunes.